Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry with simplertrading.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to bring you a couple of picks that I really think you'll do well to keep on your watch list as we get into September and October, and as indexes are extended. We hear a lot of the commentary about traders looking for a pullback, and it absolutely could happen, but most of the time I find I am better served by, instead of trying to call the top in the indexes, try to find the best stocks that have the opportunity to outperform. I feel like the trend that we have in AVGO from the lows made down there around 120 and then this push up into 480 constitutes about as bullish of a trend as you could ask for. And then you can see the pattern of consolidation, the clearing of the descending trend line, and a weekly squeeze that is preparing to fire. So we'll see how it trades tomorrow, but if you could pick some up around 480, I think that's a good place to play momentum. If you could pick it up around 460, then that's going to be a little bit more of a spot that you would need to see hold for the trend to still be good, but that is one that I like a good deal. You move over into applied materials, you have similar signals. So again, the only thing you really want to focus on as you review this chart is the weekly squeeze. So a similar situation where you have a very bullish trend that led us into a phase of consolidation. When that consolidation resolves itself, I expect it to be in the direction of trend. So I like applied materials with a target up there around 165. It may take some time, but again, keeping that in the back of your mind and as a kind of a theme in your watch list, I believe will be very helpful. AOS, if you frequent these free videos, you'll remember that AOS is one that I brought to you in a previous video, and you can see the repetition in this way of thinking. So again, a very nice trend, a little bit different pattern of consolidation here, but the foundation or the root of everything that I'm studying is the squeeze signal, or the idea of compression and then expansion in price ranges. So AOS is doing about as good as I could possibly ask for. And then to get off the A's for a minute, I'm going to give you a setup in Snapchat. So the weekly here, again, the squeeze is just now getting good and fired. We've pulled back into the 10-week. And this is one that I'm going to be working to accumulate as we get into their earnings report, right? So maybe this is best played through the November calls. By going out into November, it'll feel like a bit of overkill, right? It's going to be a little bit more of a debit to fork out if you are buying calls. But by going this far out, the rising implied volatility that accompanies the earnings will help combat the theta decay. So I like the idea of buying this at 74. I like the idea of buying it at 70. And then if we got down into 68, I would really want to see that level hold. You get all the way back down into a gap fill, well, then I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I was wrong. So it's basically to say this all needs to hold for progression higher into earnings. You get much below there and maybe you don't work with it as much. But these are some of my favorite bullish charts, and especially if the indexes are not ready to stop, I believe will offer some really great opportunities. So I hope you find those helpful. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you at the next free video.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me